Hello and welcome to Gemma's Window. If you have followed the calculations in the box below or checked out my website, gemmaswindow@gmail.com, and found the calculations there to find your power year number and you're an 8, you're at the right place. Hey 8s, you only have to do that once a year for 2020. I am going to give you your monthly number, which is 5. For the month of June 2020. So thanks so much for joining, and let me review what those numbers mean. Now, if you're in a year of 8, it can be a fantastic year of financial reward, and it's a year of karmic debt or reward. So if you have done something nice in your lifetime, you may very well be rewarded in this particular year for your efforts. And there's a lot more to 8, but I think I'll get into that more when we pull some cards. Now, for the month of 5 means the month of changes. We're in this month of June, and changes, it can mean a trip suddenly appears, or adventure of some kind, or you become less focused on something because you're spread so thin. So let's take a look. We're going to relate those numbers to the cards that we choose. We're going to start with business, go to relationship, and then go to any question that you have. So let's pick our first deck here, and let's shuffle for you 8s, and let's take a look at those of you 8s who are working. For those of you 8s who are working right now, and then we're going to take a look at for those of you 8s who are looking for work. Or perhaps you're working and you've put out feelers for something new. Okay, all of these words are for you 8, all of them. So, but I'm going to try to be specific in specific areas to break up the reading, to make it a little bit more tangible for you or understandable for you. Okay, here we go 8s. For those of you who are working at this time, let's see what we have. A lot of these cards today. Okay, similar cards that I'm pulling, and I have 3 different decks, so that's very interesting. Okay, 8s. You have very good news coming to you, and changes coming to you, and movement coming to you in the place of work or business. And I feel like you're valued at the workplace, and I feel like you've been patient enough, and that it is time for you to go ahead and make your move and make your phone calls and put out your feelers for maybe you'd like a different assignment at work. Maybe you would like more hours. Maybe you would like that transfer, and go and get it. Because apparently this is a month of change for you, and according to these cards, I mean, you've got the Midas touch 8s, so go ahead, go for it. Try to find the right person to speak with, or people to speak with, to go ahead and get what you need. There is a hint of more certification or education in this reading, and maybe you've already done it, but if you've thought of that, I think this is a validation for you that you would really enjoy it. Whatever your thoughts were or come into being in this month of June, or maybe something gets posted at work and you're like, ooh, I would have to brush up on my, whatever that is. I think that you'd love it and enjoy it, and you would find it very, very exciting. That's nice, 8s. I'm leaving it at that, because that's oh, wait, you had a card fall out. Wow, okay. You had the Page of Wands fall out when I was shuffling, and that means that your instincts might be telling you, don't rock the boat. We're all just coming back from this virus thing. I don't want to make anybody annoyed, but I know I would be good at such and such. Or I just suddenly feel like I want to work more from home, or I want to work more at this certain location. Follow your instincts is what the card is saying. Follow your instincts and don't feel like you're being selfish. Not this month, not for you eights. Follow your instincts and ask and go for what you want. Okay, eights. Let's take a look for those of you who are looking for work or maybe looking for a change. And let's see what the advice is. Okay, so we do find you discontented. Okay, that's a nice card, but we still find you discontented. Eights, what's going on here? Because to me, I find you discontented, but at the same time, I feel like you're scooped up. You are scooped up for work, that all of a sudden something does come in and you do get picked up for it and it's a really great thing, and yet you feel a sense of discontentment or letdown. And I think it's because you know you could be doing more. You know that you could be the manager, so to speak. So I don't have cards here that specifically say, so go for it. I don't really have that here, but I'm gonna take a look at that card that fell out, that Page of Wands, where it says, you want to follow your instincts, but you feel like they may be wrong or the timing is off, but to do it anyway. I'm going to suggest that same thing for those of you who, yes, okay, you go back to work, or yes, okay, a job comes along, but yet you find that you're still antsy. You still want more. And I feel that these cards are trying to tell me that you are right, that your instinct is right, that you would be a very good leader. The card that I have is someone who is, and it's representing you, I feel. I don't feel it's representing someone else. I feel like it's representing you, eights, that you are level-headed. You do make good decisions. You are a good manager. You can be good with numbers or finance, or organizing someone's house or someone's life, or giving the proper medication, or understanding instinctually what someone might need if you're a caretaker or caregiver. And I think that you're right. And so again, it's a month of change, and it might be a time for you to say, well, okay, I'll do this for now, but how and what do I need to get to a bigger position, because I am cut out for it. I think you're right, eights. You got to take your power back in this month. It's about, karmic reward too. So go for what you think you deserve and capable of, and figure out a way to get there. It's also a month to take your power back. So instead of sitting back and saying, well, I don't know, because maybe I'm not so bright and not so great. That's an 8-year thing, not being the victim. It's about, no, I know I could do something as well as so-and-so, or even better. Now, what do I have to do to get there? That's your assignment for this month, 8, in this month of changes. And it's that, spreading yourself so thin month, but if you're focused and you know what you're doing, I think it's kind of appropriate and matches your cards that you want to look around and just make sure you're taking care of you and getting what you need and what you deserve. Very nice, eights. Let's move on to relationships. La, 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 la. Let's get our relationship deck here, and let's shuffle. Whoop. And here we go. Okay, 8. So we're going to take a look first for those of you who are in a relationship, and then we'll take a look for those of you who are looking for a relationship. And in throughout there, sometimes it will come up if you're waiting for a reconciliation or you'd like something or someone from the past to show up. Let's take a look. Okay. I just cannot get away from the Six of Pentacles today. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. Okay, let's figure this out. All right. So you're in a relationship and you're in this month of 5, which is a month of change and fluctuation. And so you might find there's change and fluctuation in your relationship. And I feel like you do. I just feel like you're feeling a sense of detachment in your relationship, or you're feeling that there's something wrong. One of those issues can be money or material things. That can be where you live, or what you're able to give each other, or what you're able to contribute to something. And I feel like you're feeling a sense of loss about this, and that you're feeling this other person is not or has to hold up their end of the bargain. Now the Sun card comes into being, and that's in your future, and that's when all your wishes and dreams come true. But there's another hitch here, and that is that the Sun card wants you to move forward. The universe is pushing you to move forward. And I feel like eights in this month of change for June, I feel like it's a make it or break it kind of month here. I feel like the universe is saying that if you're not seeing this person trying in the relationship, there's a problem. And you might have to move forward in some way without them. And it doesn't have to be a breakup. You know that because you know what your situation is. But if they're not holding up their end of the bargain, or they're not coming to a decision, and you need it, you've gotten an offer. You've gotten an offer from a job. It's different hours or a different location, or something along those lines. It looks to me that you may have to make the decision on your own for the both of you towards the end of month of June. Now, this may not have all happened yet. This may be happening within the month of June, and it doesn't have to be it doesn't always have to be a big deal. The cards have to stress things for me so that my thick head can pick them up for you, pick up the ideas for you. Just remember that you may have to make the decision for the two of you, because the other person is dragging their feet. Now, let's take a look for those of you looking for love, and let's see if we can get even more information for all of you eights out there when it comes to relationship. Oh yeah, it can be anything at all. Okay. And here we have the being patient card. Okay. I'm going to probably pull another card for this because I just am, I think. I get these ambivalent cards and I'm like, oh, I just want to tell you something more. I feel like you're making some headway, or you thought you were, or you will be in this month of June. You're thinking, okay, this person's responding to me, or I'm feeling good, I lost a few pounds, or there's some kind of headway that you feel like you're making, and that if you just have some patience, if you just know that that person has to end another relationship, that person has to end traveling with their job, or a particular project that's taken them away from you or taken their time, you know you have to give it a certain amount of time. And then you start to doubt. You start to doubt, like, hey, wait a minute, I don't know. Is this going to work out, or this isn't going to work out? And that's where I feel bad, leaving you hanging, because that's like if I try to do a reading for myself, by the end of the reading, I'll have figured out that I'm going to die tomorrow and my house is going to explode. I jump to paranoid conclusions if I'm thinking about myself. And I feel like that's what you're going to be doing during this month of June in 2020. You're going to be thinking, well, I thought it was going well, and I thought I was doing the right thing, and then all these doubts start coming into play, because nothing stays the same in the month of June. So where it may have started, where they were giving you the right signals, suddenly you're feeling like something's changed. So just to ease your soul, for this month of June, I'm going to pull one more card and just see if we can get a little bit more for you, eights, so you're comfortable. Yeah. What I have here is that you're just not in control of this situation, and that you don't have a choice but to wait for the other person to come around and lead this situation. And it's important karmically that you learn to wait and see if the other person comes around. And that's what the cards are indicating. I don't feel that it is a long, dragged out situation for you. When you go into next month, you will be in the month of 6. And that is the month of July. That's the most romantic month for you out of the year. And it is a month where commitments are made or breakups are had. And I feel like that's where you're headed. You're going to get the information that you need in the month of July, as where this romance is definitely headed. So you're not hanging forever, but try to trust that you felt it was going good, or you'll feel a connection with someone. And this can be someone that, this can have been going on for months already, or it can be someone new. That's not specified. It can be either or, because it starts where the issue starts where you're feeling a connection with someone and they're saying, oh yeah, I'm going away for 2 weeks. I'll get in touch with you when I get back. And then 3 weeks goes by and 4 weeks goes by and you're feeling, oh my God, I don't think this is going to happen. But this person does have something else going on in their life. And it's their time to shine, and they will come around when they are good and ready, and we're going to get more finality on that in the month of July for you eights. Okay, eights, if you would pick a question, and it can be again about romance, it can be about job, it can be, you can ask about those things again. It can be anything you want, and we're asking about what's the best result we can get from the question that's on your mind. So I'm shuffling these cards. What's the best we can expect from any question that you have, eights? And you can ask about anything you want. Let's take a look. Eights, you're coming from a place of turmoil. Whatever this question is, I have the Tower card. And that means loss, confusion, abandonment, feeling very detached, very displaced, a real conflict. It's not in your head, it's a real conflict of some kind, and it's shaking you up. And it's shaking up your confidence, and it's shaking up what you thought was real. And it is a month of fluctuation and change. And maybe you thought you had it covered, but you didn't, as much as you thought. Or maybe it has nothing to do with you. Maybe it's the coronavirus has shaken things up so much and it's made you feel like, are things ever going to work out for me again? Are things ever going to get better? And yes, they are. You're coming into a place, and the number is 8 of the card, and you're in the year of 8, and that is a karmic match right there for you. So it's like somebody in the universe owes you a favor, and it's going to come flying back to you. You're going to see it start by the end of June, that there will be signs that things are going to come back to its rightful owner. That's you. And I feel like there's going to be an ending of a situation or off to something better. I feel like you're winding up something, whatever your question is. Maybe it's something that's been in the relationship that hasn't been working, or a problem you've been having getting pregnant, or this topsy-turvy with the workplace is coming to a conclusion, and you're landing on your feet with it. It's a very positive note at the end of a tumultuous time here in your reading. Lots of changes, and again, it's you getting your power back and saying, okay, this didn't happen to me. I am a part of this. How do I get my power back and not be a victim? And there's one answer to that. It's to stop blaming. It's just to stop blaming whatever it is, coronavirus, another person in the relationship, and say, what can I do to fix it? It shifts everything when you say, what can I do? Okay, it is what it is. What can I do to fix it and get my power back? And that's where I really find you at it's very exciting at the end of June. So good for you, 8s. 8s, thank you so much for joining me this month. We'll see you next month for your most romantic month of the year. And if you'd like to know more about me, please hop onto my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com, or please subscribe if you'd like to. I'd love to have you. Thanks so much, 8s. See you next time. Bye for now.